welcome to episode 70 of the Wilderness Podcast, your show for casuals done by casuals. I am your host, Dilz, and with me, as always, Mr. Deagin.
Hey, how's it going?
The going's pretty good. So before we jump right into things, just a little disclaimer, running a little late this week, just I guess,
Yeah, I'll take the blame for that. Had a pretty weird week, but
shit happens. Real life gets in the way sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that. But besides that, how was your week?
Sorry, drinking a little thing of coffee so I don't pass out. Pretty weird, I guess.
What does that mean?
I don't know, it's like a lot of like random little things that I had to do, and like shit just kept getting all fucked up. But it's all been sorted. Nothing really important or interesting to go on about real life besides, I guess, upgrading my internet.
Nice.
So I'll be able to start streaming. Like, I probably would have gone live at least once. Hopefully more than that before this episode gets released. So
that is sick. Sometimes I'll be at work and I'll get a little notification. Deagin RS has gone live, and it'll be like testing or something like that.
yeah. I was actually so it was kind of weird. I guess I'll just go and talk about this for a little bit because I was whatever. When I first started to try to stream, before which event were we? It was when we were doing hashtag Wild Boys, and we were like at Rev Caves for the first time.
Oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah, I remember.
I
that.
think it was that. Someone
times.
in the CC mentioned like, oh, someone should stream it or record it, and I was going to, but it would cause like extreme FPS loss. And it was super weird because like RuneScape, like I have a really good processor. I have like, I think the third best processor you can get right now.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. But anyways, RuneScape is like very, very like hard on your processor just in general, and streaming. Yeah.
I don't know much about computers and shit, but RuneScape I always imagined was like such an easy game to run on whatever machine you had.
Well, like, it's not that demanding in the sense that you don't need any FPS, but like, if you're gonna stream it, because RuneScape's pretty hard on your processor, and streaming is also, it causes like huge FPS loss, or at least it did for me. One was my internet was like bad, so like the program I was using would like cause my computer to like start framing super hard just to keep like 60 FPS. I don't know. I don't really know how it worked because I'd be like on my computer on like 10 FPS, but I was streaming in 60 and there was no lag on stream. It was super weird. It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
If RuneScape actually ran off your graphics card, that'd be pretty good, but it's not really like well optimized. So anyways, and plus like I would just get like heavy framing issues with like all the games I play, and upgrading my internet and then optimizing like my settings like helped a lot. And so I was doing some like tests with RuneScape, and there's like a little setting you can do if you do like semicolon display FPS, all one word. We've talked about it before, but it shows what FPS and stuff you're getting within the client when you're in game.
Yeah, okay.
And I put a little straw poll in the Discord because I noticed something. So when I'm not even streaming, but when I'm using OS Buddy, I sit at 24 FPS.
Really?
Yeah, and when I stream, I sit at 24, but randomly I'll drop down to 18. And like 18 is when you start to like notice like your framing. But if I go on Conduit, I get 50, and if I stream, I go down to like 46. And like, weird. It's RuneScape, so like you don't really notice the difference between,
yeah,
you know what I mean, like the FPS, because the game is on that tick system, so it doesn't really matter too much compared to like Counter-Strike. If you're on like 100 FPS to like 60, there's a huge difference and a huge advantage. Yep. But yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, super weird. I don't know. If you guys have Conduit and OS Buddy, you should like check out both of them. Go to the Grand Exchange or whatever, and just check out both accounts.
Have you seen that new client that I started hearing about? It was an open source client.
RuneLoader? I don't know.
Is
I'm
that
just throwing
it?
out a random name. Is it called Runelight?
Yeah, possibly.
So when I type in open source OSRS client, I get Runelight, Bmore, and OSLite on tribot.org. So I don't know which one to trust. Open source just kind of sounds like a botting client. But I'm pretty sure it's Runelight you're talking about.
I believe so. Now, I'm not too smart with that shit, but maybe you can find someone who's good with that stuff, or maybe you are, but you can look through all the coding and see if it's got some wonky shit. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I'll just type in boost FPS equals yes or something. Give 60 FPS. Do some epic hacks. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to like check it out for yourself, it might be worth it. And like I do kind of think Conduit is better, as opposed to just OS Buddy. Pro, it's a different story, but even then, like I do think Conduit is a better client. Kind of unrelated.
From what I've been told, it's like the pyramid goes OS Buddy Pro at the top. Underneath that is every other client. Then underneath that is OS Buddy non-pro. OS Buddy Lite? I don't know.
Yeah, just OS Buddy. Freemium. Yeah, I don't know. There's little things like Conduit, the agility, it highlights the whole click box. OS Buddy is a green dot. So for like the sake of I'm forced to watch Moana for the 5th time, I'm going to use Conduit and I'm going to just kind of like look for the big white ass boxes and click.
Gotcha.
But yeah, anyways, kind of
pretty nice.
Kind of unrelated, but yeah, just check it out. If you want to let us know what frames you get and stuff, what FPS you get, I'm just really curious. I wasn't sure if it's a me issue because yeah, someone else in the CC was getting the same OS Buddy frames and stuff in the GE.
So do you want to say what that I don't know, the command is in RuneScape to pop up your FPS?
Yeah, so it's semicolon, like shift, and then the button next to L on the right of it. 2 of those.
Double dots?
Yeah, display FPS, one word. Hit enter and it should pop up in like, depending on what client you're using, but it should be like somewhere around the top right of the screen. And it'll say FPS and then rem.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And just a little fun fact in case you didn't know, if you do a semicolon bank, it makes your guy automatically say, "Hey everyone, I just tried to do something very silly."
Yeah. Little joke about the private servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So other than that, I guess, I got the game RimWorld.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was super bored one night.
Oh,
and I wanted to play.
I gotta ask. Early access?
I don't think so. It's
okay.
It actually came out last year, November, at the end of November. It was in development for 5 years, but have you ever heard of like Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah, I have heard things about Dwarf Fortress. It sounds cool, and I've kind of from what I've heard, it makes me want to try this Dwarf Fortress game, but I also hear that it's super complicated and there's a huge learning curve. Like, you can't just jump in and start playing.
Yeah.
You gotta watch like YouTube tutorials and shit, which I'm like,
That was my issue because Dwarf Fortress is like you're micromanaging a colony of dwarfs, and there's like a lot of tasks you can do. And the game is so in depth that like you can do like everything in the game. You know what I mean? Like Dwarf Fortress, there's so much shit you can do, but also because you can do like everything, it's really complicated. And there's a huge learning curve, so that always kept me away from it. RimWorld is very, very similar to Dwarf Fortress, except like it's got actual UI and shit, and it's like got actual graphics. Like it's not like super text based like Dwarf Fortress is. And there's a tutorial and stuff. It's like the same concept though, where you're micromanaging a colony and all that stuff. Super fun. I got it, sat down and played it for like 5 hours straight one night. It was like, oh fuck, it's 2 a.m. I gotta get up in like 3 hours.
Shit.
But that's a super fun game that I've been playing.
I might have to check it out because like I like the idea of it, but at the same time, when I've tried to play those micromanaging games in the past, I get so kind of some things are so tedious.
Well, like, it's very automated, and a lot of it is you set up, if you, eventually you're like, fuck, I need to get everything done all the time, so you have, like, your guys just kind of doing its own thing, but as you get further and further in, you dedicate certain people to certain tasks, and there'll be times you're like, alright, I am done micromanaging, I have to just wait for a random event, I gotta wait for, like, a raid to hit, or, like, someone to try and join my colony, or, like, traders to come in, so you can just take your hands off and just watch it go down for 20 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got mine pretty automated. I'm just saying, I started a big cocaine company in my newest RimWorld world.
What the fuck?
And I've gotten, like, every settlement around me addicted to my cocaine, and I have traders coming in all the time, and they want to buy it. So I think it's a little idea of how fun the game is. Still a big drug lord in the game.
I think I'll have to check that game out. It sounds interesting. Even though I'm confused as fuck with you explaining it, but
it's not, like, honestly, tutorial, like, walks you through the basics super easily.
Nice.
You'll kind of get fucked by some random shit they don't tell you, but it's part of the fun, I guess.
Fair enough.
Being like, where did all my wood go? Oh, I have to make a storage facility for my wood and it's the middle of winter, and fuck, my whole colony just froze to death. Well, I gotta restart now. Okay. That happened to me before. Anyways, enough about that shit.
That game.
Enough about that stuff. RuneScape wise, I haven't played too much actually. I wanted to do raids. This is like last week, just waiting to do raids. And like between then and now, Dexter Scrolls dropped like 3 mil. So at this rate, it would be a month before I actually started playing and doing raids. So I said, fuck it, sold a bunch of things I was flipping. I lost like 3 mil in the process, but bought my Dexter Scroll for 69 mil, almost 70 mil.
Wow.
Yeah. That sucks. Kind of got burnt 7 mil because I was like, didn't want to buy it then and there, but whatever. So I have all the prayers unlocked, which is nice.
Nice. That's badass.
Yeah. I already went and tested it out at Demonic Gorillas and whatnot, and it's very, very big difference, I noticed. Huge difference. Good. That's honestly pretty much it. I would jump on and be like, did anything buy? Nope. All right. Anything sell? Like, I would go on and check my flips, but I'm going to start doing raids because I have that goal of, I believe it's 250. I don't remember what I mentioned. I have it written down. Yeah, 250 raids. I'm at 4. I have 4 raids recorded, but that was before I made this goal. So I have a long ways to go, and I gotta start now.
Sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. I was gonna say, get that twisted bow. If
that would be the dream.
If history is to repeat itself, I'm gonna get a twisted bow.
On, like, kill count
tomorrow.
5?
Tonight. I'm gonna, like, not go to bed. I'll crank one out quickly. Fuck it, I'll do a solo raid. Who cares? And I'll get, like, a twisted bow.
Nice.
And that's it. But sir,
huge drop party.
No, not at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't just never mention it.
And episode 71, you'll be going. Yes, I got banned for no reason. By the way, I for no reason they falsely banned me for
this
real
is what
trading.
Happened. I saw a bot spamming in Lumbridge. I traded him, and he gave me like a bunch of GP, and that was it. And I got banned for real trading. I don't know what happened. So I'm in Varrock, right? And I see this bot, and I trade him my twisted bow by accident. And next thing you know, my PayPal, someone donated. I was streaming, and someone donated like $1,000 to me. I don't know what happened. I got banned though. Stupid. I can't think of any other. I'm all in.
That's pretty good. That's good. I think that's pretty spot on.
Yeah. I think that's it for me though. I don't really have much to say besides stupid jokes. So, what about your week?
No problem. Well, before we move on, I do want to ask, because you kind of got me really interested in this RimWorld game. How is it for a RuneScape side game? Or RuneScape being the side game?
It's similar to Stardew, as in you can kind of just click off and it pauses automatically. I don't know if there's a way to make it so it never pauses, but it's just like you hit spacebar, you pause it. It is super good. The only issue is you get too into it, as in, oh fuck, I was playing RuneScape. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much shit you can be doing. And, like, you'll sit there and like pause and be like, all right, what do I want to build next? How am I going to structure out all my buildings?
All right. Anyways, we'll move on. So my week, starting off with real life. Not a whole lot's going on. I'll just quickly bitch about work because why not? I've been carpooling with this guy from work, and it's going good. The only problem is the past week, he's having to stay late every fucking day to finish up a bunch of work and stuff, and that's super frustrating.
Is it because he's just slow as fuck?
No, he's a fast worker, but it's just you have a job that normally takes 2 people, but they leave one guy there, and if it were me, 5 o'clock, because we closing time's 5, so or quitting time's 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock, I drop whatever the fuck I'm doing, and I go home. Doesn't matter how shitty the day was or how busy it was. 5 o'clock, boom, I'm done. That's the deal we have. He, on the other hand, is just the type of person who likes to get the job done. He doesn't like to leave a job half done before leaving.
Yuck.
He takes pride in his job.
Yuck.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's been going on. Has me bitching and complaining as I'm waiting for him and usually helping because I just want to get the fuck out of there. And apparently saying I gotta go home and record a RuneScape podcast isn't that good of an excuse on why we need to leave at 5 o'clock. Apparently that's not important to other people out there, so
just call him a soy boy.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm fucking going to. Some people just gotta get their priorities straight.
Yeah, for real.
Moving on from that. Oh, I got a new office chair.
Nice.
Similar to the one that you got.
Yeah. How you liking it?
It's pretty good. It's funny, when I was assembling it, I know we complained about this in the podcast, but when we had talked about your putting your chair together, we mentioned how, I think, was it me? One of us dropped the Allen key and it fell inside the chair somehow and was never seen again.
Yep.
The exact same fucking thing happened to me.
Nice.
I was so pissed.
Do you have a tool set though?
I do have the tool set, but I was so careful of not dropping it, and I had it tilted on its side, and I was putting in the screws and stuff, and then it slipped out of my hand and fell, and I'm pretty sure I know where it fell in your chair too, but it fell in and just fucking disappeared. Yeah. And I was like, no, I was so mad.
So, oddly enough, one day I got up from my chair, rolled it, and I saw it just on the ground. This is a month afterwards though. It's because I like to lay down in my chair sometimes. When I don't want to go to bed but I'm tired, I'll put on a movie and I'll lay down, and I think the process of me doing that might have gotten it out or something. I don't know.
Interesting. But yeah, no, I ended up taking it apart again and finding it, and yeah, that sounds about right. So if you are looking for a chair out there, this isn't a bad chair. It's a knockoff version of those DX racers that you see all those streamers use. It's not a bad chair. It's a little lame because it's called Pro Gamer.
Yeah,
so if you don't mind,
you don't mind having
that stitched into your head.
It's Top Gamer. Mine says Top at least. Yeah,
Top Gamer. Okay, I don't know if that's better or worse, but if you don't mind having that, it's better for if you want to get an office chair that's ergonomic and probably 3 times cheaper than a DX racer.
Well, you get a lady over. She's like, "Yo, what are you up to? What do you do? What are you saying? I'm a shop gamer, sweetie." She's have your chair spun out, so it's pointing the bed. Yeah, she's like, "Holy shit, I'm the president of a Top Gamer. He's got 2 monitors set up on his PC. This guy goes hard." He's got 6 RuneScape clients, and they're all playing on its own? What? Yeah. Whoa, this guy's a top gamer.
I love it. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Wait, have you used a footrest?
I tried. I wanted to ask you, not on the podcast, obviously, because that's some pretty shitty podcast content, but I have no fucking clue how to use this stupid footrest. It hurts.
Dude, I think you need counterweights. You gotta just tie some dumbbells to the back of it, because I lean forward hard.
You lean forward and it just look up the chair on Amazon. It doesn't make any sense how it's supposed. It hurts. It doesn't, unless you cross your legs, and that's where your ankles would go.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what the point of it is.
Well, I'll just say this, we can move on. I like to have my feet up on shit. It's kind of,
me too.
It's gonna sound gross, but I have to wash one part of my wall because I keep putting my feet up on it.
Whoa, you have to wash. How often do you clean your feet?
Well, like I just walk around. I'm in barefoot quite a bit, right? It just happens over time, and just like
No, I feel
every day, like just putting my feet up nonstop and shit.
Yeah.
And just like I come back from like whatever being out, take off my socks, and just I find myself planting my feet up on the wall. And after like a month or two, I notice like a discoloration.
This mold growing on the wall.
And I'm like, oh, that's so a toenail stuck in the paint. No, but I have to wash it. And like at least with this, you can like put your feet up on, I guess.
We'll move on to our weekly Let's Talk About Furniture segment, and we'll move on to my RuneScape. So this has been a very eventful week for me. This has been like, I'm taking Deagin's shoes right here and stealing all the RNG thunder.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to move on to the news. I'm kidding.
I've been stealing your RNG this week, man. It's been crazy. So I'll start off with the mundane shit. I got a clue scroll which required me to get the Lovakenge, whatever it is, one of the houses on Zaya. I had to get that favor. It was pretty shitty, but not too bad, and I'll explain why in a second. So we're gonna be talking about this later on, but gotta mention it now. So this is probably where I hit the fucking jackpot when it comes to RNG. Mobile betas got sent out this week, and shit, I got the golden ticket.
Nice.
Man, I was stoked. I was at work, and I work with another guy. He knows of RuneScape, but he doesn't play. He doesn't know. He's heard the name, but he doesn't know it. He's kind of a gamer, but yeah, not a scaper. Anyways, I got the message, and I was literally like, yes, and I was like cheering to myself. And he's like, what's going on? And I was like, dude, just got the mobile beta invite. You have no idea how happy I am right now.
There's only like 2,000 people or something that got it?
So it's kind of confusing. Again, we're going to go into more details of it later, but it's hard to say because not everyone was eligible for a beta invite. That's all I'll say right now. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say how many they actually sent out. If I were to, they said 2,000, but did they send out 2,000? Did they hold the other 1,000 for some other people because they weren't able to receive it this week?
I would say they probably sent out 2,000.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but that was awesome. So that came out, and luckily, I'm at work like 12 hours a day, and mobile being able to play RuneScape on my phone is perfect because just the way my job works out, I'm able to bang off a bunch of tasks, and then I could if I get my work done early, I can basically, there's a few times where I worked my ass off all week, and then on Friday I could sit around and do almost nothing because I did my task list. So got the mobile invite on Wednesday. I was talking to this guy because I've been training him. I'm like, we're gonna fucking hustle so hard the next couple days because when Friday comes, I'm playing RuneScape all goddamn day. That's all I'm doing. And so Friday came. They gave out the invites, the beta tests, downloaded it about 8 o'clock in the morning, and just started going. So I'll say the UI is really well done. The game, it feels like it fits mobile perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels so intuitive, and it's obviously the PC's a lot better. There's a lot of things that are going to be kind of tough to do on your phone, like bossing and things like that. You could get good at it, but it just feels like it's going to be tough to do.
Yeah. What about spells and stuff? How is all that stuff using jewelry, teleports? I
don't know if this is going to answer your question, but if you want to teleport with a glory and you have it equipped, you got to push your. Let's say you're using your thumbs. You push your thumb down. You got to hold it for 2 seconds, and then it pops up a list, the right click option. So dropping things is a pain in the ass. So you couldn't power mine ore that well because it takes it's just a pain in the ass, and you will misclick quite a bit just because fat finger them. Using spells, it's pretty good. Nothing different with it, I should say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the things I did on my phone, though, so far have been I did some Slayer tasks that were pretty AFKable. Oh, actually, this is fucked up. This was one of the most intense moments I've ever had in RuneScape. This is a Jad moment right here. So I'm playing it Friday. I'm playing it all day, and it doesn't drain your battery too much. Like, after 2 hours, it drained it like maybe 25 to 30%. But then again, I also have a bunch of shit running on the background and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that is also affecting it. But I'm playing it throughout the day, and we go home at 4 o'clock on Fridays. So it's about 3:30, and I'm at 5% right now. And I'm just like, I'm going to keep playing until my phone dies. And then I'll just go home and charge and shit. But I'm going to kill the rest of the day playing RuneScape. So I'm doing a Tazar task, because I wasn't about to do Jad at work. And I was just killing the random Tazar dudes with full Deherok with prayer on, and keeping my health down to like 1. And yeah, so I'm at 5%. I accidentally misclick and hit the mage. The mage kills me. And like, I'm not at 5% at this point, but when I started playing, it was 5%, and I ended up dying. I had 2% battery left. I start panicking. Run back to the Tazar place to get my shit. Battery goes down to 1%. Running back trying to find my stuff, like panicking, like fuck, if my battery dies, I'm gonna lose all my shit, 'cause I'm not gonna be able to get on for like another hour and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, luckily I did find it all, but shit, like I was panicking, like I was like, I lost it all for sure, because I couldn't find it. The Zard place is kind of confusing.
Yeah.
A little bit of a maze. But yeah. And besides that, most of the stuff that I'm doing on my phone, it's like farm tasks, just because, like I said, with my job, I can bang out a task, and then I can take like a 15-minute break, and I'll jump on, do a herb run, then get off, go back to work. About 2 hours later, I'll jump back on, do another herb run. Keep kind of doing that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been working out really well for that. And I was also able to bang out my favor for the Lovakenge. Lovakenge? I don't even know how the hell you say that name, but I was able to bang out the favor for that one while I was at work, which is pretty sweet. It's so satisfying being able to escape at work.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. The first day, my boss walked in on me, and I was sitting on my phone, so gotta be careful. Luckily, I'm in good standing with them, because I get all my shit done, but I'm sure if he comes in every single time in the house and I'm sitting there on my phone's tilted on the side, so you can tell you're playing a video game, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not going to look good after a while.
Man, I just like didn't even think of the like dying and then having your phone die. Sorry to like jump back a bit, but
oh, no problem. It was a fucking intense moment. Like, I was panicking, because I was like, I misclicked. I was like half paying attention, because I'm at work, and there's like, some of my coworkers are in the same house that they're working in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, and then I accidentally click it, died, and then I was like, shit, this is no good. Another part of the game that's kind of annoying and weird to mess around with while you're on your phone, it's the bank. Because not only is the bank like small, but like you have to click on the side scrolling bar, and you have to drag that. You can't
flick?
No, not yet, at least. They might fix that, and I hope they do, because it's just kind of hard to find shit. If your bank's not organized, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have tabs. Oh my god. Because like the scrolling bar is so small. I don't know how you're going to be able to click that one. But yeah, that's been pretty damn cool. But that's not all that's kind of happened this week. It's still been a pretty big week. I had a Cerberus task this week, so I've been working on that one. And shit, the RNG didn't stop right there. Got fucking Primordial drop.
Damn.
It was
what kill count?
Awesome. Like 600 and something.
Nice.
It's not bad. So I got that Primordial drop, 20 mil. I was I was pretty pumped. I've never got a big drop like that before. Went out, bought a Amulet of Torture.
Nice.
And I had some money on the side as well, so I was able to buy Primordial boots.
Yep.
And well, the reason I could buy Primordial boots, because later on, same task, got the Smoldering Stone, which for some reason has has almost tripled in price. It's like 2 mil right now.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot figure out why.
Damn, dude, that's pretty good.
okay, 1.5 mil, but when I sold it, it was like 1.8. So I don't know what the hell's going on there, but big drop there. So yeah, then I got the internal crystal shard. So that's a couple mil.
Yeah, was it
Pretty
like
nice.
5 mil?
3 mil.
Okay.
So it's not bad. It's pretty good. And lastly, kill count 603. Got the fucking Cerberus pet.
Damn.
So that was unreal. I got, so far, and I still got like 30 left to kill in this task, I've gotten every single unique except for one of the jars, which is like the worst unique you could get.
Yeah. Still, that's pretty nuts. You got, is that like a 20% chance?
For the pet that task?
I want to say like a 20 or 30% chance to get that pet. I don't know. I'm not really.
That early on?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was
It's
pretty
good,
cool. I was pumped. That's a cool little pet there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it. Well, I mean, I did a hard clue, got a gilded two-handed sword as well. It's like 1.5 mil, so that's also nice. I thought I would just drop that in there as well. So things are looking pretty good. Like, I don't know what's going on with this RNG luck this week, but shit. So,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's been my week right there for the most part. I'm sure I'm missing something, but obviously can't be too important. Shall we jump right into the news of the week?
I think we should.
All right. So what's the lowdown?
All right, so first up, we kind of mentioned already, but the beta invitations have been sent. You'll find them through the in-game message box. If you had gotten one, or if you haven't checked, most likely it'll be a billing message, but you never know.
Yeah.
I know I cleared mine before the beta came out, and I got on because I got a message on Discord for someone saying, dude, and when I got home, I got on, I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, your brother got into the beta. I'm like, no fucking way. And I go and check if I do. And if I did, and I saw one unread, I'm like, holy fuck, I got in. Opened it up, and it was a billing. So mad. And I cleared it before.
They sent out duplicates.
I cleared my billings beforehand so it wouldn't happen, but whatever. Honestly,
Just the way she goes.
yeah. Plus you get way more use out of it than I would. I'd be taking a shit, and I'll go finish my Slayer task.
Oh man, it's perfect for that. A few times my girlfriend's yelling at me, "You've been in there for 45 minutes. I'm coming out. Just hold on. A few more kills."
Yeah.
So it's a leg number, I should say, on the toilet.
Yeah. You got those red dots above your kneecaps.
Yeah.
From your elbows just being planted.
Nice pins and needles in the feet. It's good.
Yeah. Can you play on any account on your phone?
No, it's just my Dilz account.
Damn it.
Start selling game time.
People would probably buy your phone for a fuck ton. You could probably sell your phone for like $1,000 plus easy.
Yeah, I mean,
if any account could, there'd be people out buy it. Dude, people are
maybe.
buying Flappy Bird iPhones for $1,000.
Yeah.
When that app got discontinued, yeah, it was stupid. Anyways, we'll continue because this isn't Flappy Bird week.
On the what should we talking about mobile beta soon, because there's a few things we do have to mention about this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First things first. Unfortunately, the beta is only a week long.
Oh really?
Yeah, so
Oh, that sucks. I thought it was until the release.
that's what I thought too. And then they send you a message. It'll be going on till February 8th. And I was like, oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I mean, it's still good. A week's worth is great, and seeing how well it performed on my phone, it's got to be just around the corner. I know there's a lot of things they need to check, but it's so well optimized for it. And something that's also great to add is, not only is this great for we play RuneScape on the PC, not only does it work really well on the phone, but even as it's people who play mobile games a lot, this game is going to be a fucking really good mobile game.
Yeah.
it's not like we'll go on it and we'll just deal with the shit, how annoying it is to do it on your phone because it's RuneScape. But like as MMOs go and most freemium games, if we're just talking about free to play, this is probably going to be one of the most well done freemium or free to play games on mobile phones. You don't have ads to deal with. You don't got fucking all this shit popping up being like, oh, you can't cut for the next, you've already cut your full inventory of logs, pay this much money now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you are out of energy. What is this, RuneScape Classic?
yeah, exactly. So it doesn't have any of that stuff, and free to play is decent.
Good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it satisfied a lot of us when we were younger for a long time before we got membership.
Yep. I remember like spending hundreds of hours of like, I want to do every free-to-play quest before I even think about doing members. All right, I want to get these stats before I even think about becoming a member. Like, I had all these free-to-play goals I had when I was like a little kid.
Yeah, so I'm pretty positive that this is going to bring in a lot of new players. And I know we've talked about it before. A lot of it's just kind of speculation, though, because we're just kind of assuming it's going to be on the phone. But, like, playing it, I'm just like, people are looking for an MMO on their phone because there are a bunch of people who look for it, and there's a few of them out on the phone right now, and I'll be honest, they're not that good. They're okay. They do the trick.
Yeah, for like a week max, though.
Yeah, like a lot of them are, not only are they freemium, we got to pay for these fucking pay to win, but there's this new system coming out where you don't even have to play it. You click click some button and some bot's playing for you. Like it's automatically going around grinding monsters and shit.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I know a MapleStory game's coming for your phone, and it has you push a button, and it's going to go ahead and start grinding for you, so you can put your phone down and just walk away.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. Luckily, RuneScape's version of that is click on a yew tree.
Yeah, I do want to say, when mobile does get released, if you're a bondscaper, when I say that, I mean, like, you make all your money through buying bonds, you're going to take a pretty heavy hit. Like, bonds are going to crash in price. Also, if you're thinking of, like, going through memberships, like, paying for membership with in-game money, wait, like, 3 days after mobile is released, and then look at the prices and buy a bunch of bonds, because they're going to crash super hard.
Think so?
I know so, 100%. Because, like...
This brings up an interesting kind of, like, discussion, because I was thinking about it and talking with someone about it. Because either bond prices are going to go really high up because you have all these new players who are going to want to grind for them. But since these are mobile players, they might be more inclined to pay for bonds. Like pay for membership and then buy bonds to get themselves ahead, right? Because it could go either way.
Alright, so as of right now, bonds are about 2.8 mil.
Yep.
So... what does 2.8 mil buy you? Well, Deagin, that is a great question. That buys you a whip, and you have 1 mil left over. That would buy you... one bond buys you a whip, you can get dragon plate legs, a dragon chain body, and you'll have... about 400k to spare.
Yeah.
So, and like boots, I guess, like 200k? I don't even know how much boots are.
Sure, if you're going dragon, yeah.
Yeah, so like, let's say you have like 70 attack. Like, dude, like one bond gets you like a lot of decent gear. And like the time you save buying bonds is quite a bit. Like having to grind out your first whip, grind out your first dragon plate legs. I mean, if you want to buy a chain body, I would just say get the fighter torso. But, you know what I mean? Like 2.8 mil, I mean... that gets you, like, that saves you a lot of time, and it's kind of scary because if you're a mobile player, first of all, you're like, limited because of, like, your battery life. If we're just going just on that, you're limited on, like, literally, if you're at a family member's house or something, or you're at home and, like, you're just on your phone, you have X amount of hours to play. As, like, a PC, you're, like, literally the only time is, like, when I have to go to bed or when I have something to do, like a responsibility or something I have to maintain. Mm-hmm. But, like, phone, it's, like, you're limited on your battery life and, like, you're kind of limited on... from that alone, but also just mobile players are more impatient. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
mean,
are you really gonna grind, like, if you're free to play, are you really gonna grind 60 woodcutting on your phone? Which I don't even know how long that's gonna take you, because you make no money up until you hit 60. You consistently make, like, dick all. Yeah, like, plus getting the rune axe and stuff like that, and, like, whatever. Like, you don't make that good of money until, level 60, and then, even then, like, how much is a U? Because I did, like, I have, like, I have a picture of me woodcutting my use for, like, a whole week straight, and it's not that much of, like, a lot of hours. But yeah, you make, like, all right, it's actually right here. Okay, yeah. I made 8.2 mil over the course of, like, I want to say it was like 2 weeks or something, or like a week of, like, woodcutting use, like, a lot. Like, it's pretty shit money.
yeah.
And I don't know, bonds will dip down quite a bit, which is also kind of scary though, because, like, the only thing I'm worried about, and it's not like even though it sounds like I'm just blaming mobile users for, like, if anything bad goes on, it's gonna be mobile's fault. It's more of like, I mean, it'll add to the problem, but people are just very impatient when it comes to RuneScape.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know. I don't know. I do think with the release of mobile, we will see some changes, especially how anybody can vote on the polls. We're gonna see, like, a drastic swing on where. I mean, the game is already headed in a funky direction, and we'll talk about that pretty much now. I don't know if you have anything else to say about mobile, but
Well, quickly, I do gotta mention, because you can't have a good release without there being some controversial issues with it.
yep.
So I mentioned it before, but about why I'm not too sure if 2,000 invites went out or not. But they failed to mention that iPhone users would not be getting an invitation because they're having problems with getting it onto the Apple Store.
Yeah.
So this was only for Androids. So that's why I don't know if they're going to be giving them in a later date, like maybe a week for Androids, and then next week it's going to be for Apple. And maybe they're doing 1,000 invites each. It's hard to say. But yeah, if you're an iPhone user, you already know you didn't get the invite, but that's why. But hey, on the bright side, you might get one.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, you can't really blame Apple, because if you're coding for Apple products, like iPhones and stuff, you have to use a whole nother type of code called Swift. At least when I was learning programming and stuff, this is what I was told. Maybe it's changed, but I don't think it has. Like, if you're coding on, like, if JX would have to hire members that either are, like, able to learn Swift pretty quickly, like, if they're just intelligent and good enough at programming, they can pick up Swift and, like, pretty easy, like, code out pretty easily, or they have to hire on specific developers that are already proficient in that language. Just for iPhone, so every update they have to, like, do double the work, right? For Android and also iPhone, because iPhones are stupid, and yeah. Also, Apple takes a cut of all the money. Like, you have to, like, it's either you have to pay to get on the Apple Store, and then they take a cut of all microtransactions, everything on the store. I don't know. They do something really weird like that, and they're, like, super. It's super weird how it's very different between, like, Apple and Google.
Okay.
So that could be another reason they don't want to, like, have to deal with it if it's just a beta. Their first one, they're probably like, it's only going to be a week. They won't have to keep going through this issue, so maybe they're trying to wait until later.
Yeah.
I don't blame them, honestly, from, like, a business standpoint. Androids are very popular.
Yeah.
It's more reasonable for them to get, like, a solid beta out for Android first. And then if there's glaring issues, you know what I mean? I think it just saves them more time and also money to do it like this.
Yeah, I agree. It does make sense. So we'll keep our eye on that. But I think that's basically it for the mobile. Your mobile news. It's finally here, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking just around the corner. What else we got?
So, yeah. This is the Quality of Life Week 1, the PVM poll blog.
Cool.
So we're on this poll. So like, I guess we'll just be reading out all the poll questions, and we'll like talk about them. If there's anything specific you want to talk about afterwards, because there's quite a few, but we'll go through them quickly.
Yeah.
The schedule goes for the in-game poll goes live on the 31st of January. It closes on the 5th of February. And then that's when the skilling blog will go live. And then the content for this blog will be ready on the 8th.
Okay.
So we'll also go, like, everything in this poll that passes, there'll probably be something extra as well added from like previous polls or shit that they just have to add still. It won't just be this stuff. There will be
stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty common. So as always, if you want to like make suggestions for whatever, just go to the forums, the 2007 Scape subreddit, or the Oldschool RS, and share your suggestions for the next week, which is skilling. So yeah, anyway, so we'll start. So
wait, I should mention, because it is Reddit, so you need to get that traction to get a following behind you, right?
Yeah.
Best time to post a thread is around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
So just a little fun fact there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit beforehand. Maybe like a minute before.
If you got a good idea, yeah, between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., I'd say.
Yeah. I do think that's when social media becomes the most active, actually, weird enough.
Yeah, I guess fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, we'll start. So the first question is, should a peak option be added to the Lizard Man Canyon, and it allows you to check if there are any players before entering?
I don't see a problem with that, to be honest.
They have the same thing with the Monkey Madness 2 tunnels. I think this should be added because you have to bring a stamina potion because you have to run back and forth nonstop. You know what I mean?
I have heard that it's kind of annoying.
It's so annoying. Yeah. They also have this for a peak option added to the agility shortcut near the Calphite Queen lair entrance.
That one seems a bit weird because they already have one.
Yeah, so this is a little unnecessary, but it's more or less for like if you have the diary done and you want to like use that shortcut that's right by your thing, you can, I don't know. Unnecessary, a little too quality of life, you know what I mean? To the point where it's like, how lazy can you get? Yeah. Like for the players, not Jagex. But yeah. Should it be possible to automatically continue attacking your target after trying to use a special attack when you don't have enough energy to do?
That's caused me problems in the past, but you know what I mean? It's I don't know, it's part of the struggle with the game sometimes, right? It's hard to say. That is a quality of life change right there, but I struggle.
See, the biggest change is PvP.
True. You fuck it up and you don't miss out your attack for being too antsy.
Yeah, what if you're spamming Granite Maul?
Oh, well, you just waiting for the spec to come back?
Well, like, because you double spec, but what if you, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sort of.
I don't know. It's a weird change. I don't really... See, I don't know enough of, like, what this would actually change, because, like, from what I'm thinking about it as, is, like, I seem to attack back afterwards regardless, because I'll have auto-retaliate on, or I'm PKing, and, like, I'm not specking without... You know what I mean? I always have spec if I'm trying to spec.
Yeah, but sometimes you lose out on the tick if you're, like, say, PVMing with auto-retaliation on, and you fuck it up, and you might lose out on one hit, or half of a hit. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, it's not that big of a... Like...
No, it's not that big. I don't think it's a big of a deal, but...
I mean...
I don't know.
It's probably... I haven't even looked at the poll, but it's probably passing. I mean, history repeats itself. It's probably all of these are passing. Because it's PVM and it's a quality of life. I just think that, like, this specifically, because I don't see anything that big of a deal with it not being in the game, that if it becomes added, it actually might cause a big issue. You know what I mean? It's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Even though this might be broken, but it doesn't really seem like it's a big issue. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But, yeah, we'll move on. So, should there be a new orb added to the bottom left of the mini-map, which displays your special attack energy levels? This would be for information only, and you cannot interact with it. So by default, it will appear for all players. but it could be disabled alongside all minimap orbs via the data orbs option. So you might be like, well, what the hell? They already have this. And that's because you're using a client. This is for default and mobile, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I should mention that's one thing that was kind of on mobile. I fucking missed the client. So much information you get from it.
Yeah, there's a lot you'll be missing. Besides the gains.
But yeah, orb sounds good. If it's in a client that everyone loves it should be on the default client.
Should the rewards from the Champions Challenge be improved by offering an experience lamp that provides 10 times the standard experience normally received for each champion slain? So players that have completed any of the challenges will be able to redeem the lamp. I talked to an NPC.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird.
I mean,
it says quality of life, but this isn't really quality of life.
Yeah, so I was going to add at the end, but I'll just pepper it in right here. I think it was Madaiza mentioned that because a lot of people are like, half of these aren't even quality of life. They're just small updates. And as we go through the list, you're going to be like rolling your eyes or like face palming at the fact that this is called quality of life. But it's mainly, it should have been called minimal effort updates.
Yeah.
Personally, though, with that one, I think that's okay because the experience you currently get from the Champions Guild at fighting the champion with the champion scrolls is like so minimal. Like, it's nothing. It doesn't barely benefits you.
Yeah, you get shit. But I always thought it was more of just a fun little completionist thing you get to do on the side.
Yeah,
nothing you should really be rewarded. Yeah. It just kind of, it's worrisome because I guarantee this is passing, and like, there should be some things you do just for the fun of doing it. Like, what's next? You get experience, you get range experience and hunting experience for killing chompies and getting the hats.
Well, the only thing is like, you don't, like, the champion scrolls, there's nothing really to gain from it at all.
Well, like, you have the cape.
You get the cape now. Even the
it
cape,
started off as like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you just had a really high chance of killing a goblin to get like something cool that you get to kill a cool goblin guy, and then you just like put up in your player-owned house or something to just say you killed one. Like that's kind of a cool idea. Like, yeah, let's add that. That is pretty cool. We'll do one with fire giants, and we'll do one with skeletons and zombies. Yeah, like that's kind of cool. Just random monsters that no one really cares to kill, and then it's like, wow, Jagex, I have them all done. I got nothing out of it besides shit on my POH. Give me a cape at least. Okay, yeah, here you go. Man, I get shit experience and I'm grinding out my champions. All right, we're gonna add times it by 10. Like, it was supposed to
play
just
devil's
be something...
advocate though. Like, I have a few champion scrolls in my bank that I just have never done because I can't be bothered. I don't want to drop them because they're so rare, but I'm just like, I'll keep them in my bank. Maybe I'll do them eventually, but I'm probably never gonna do them because I'm like, what's the fucking point? It's not gonna be that much fun. It's gonna be super easy, and like, I may as well just drop them. They're just kind of useless, right?
I mean, I've gotten 3. I've gotten a goblin on my Iron Man. I've gotten, like, when we used to do the challenges, I got a goblin on my main, which I was doing to unlock the music. And then I got the fire giant one. And I've done them all just for the sake of, fuck it, might as well do it. It doesn't hurt. It takes like 2 seconds. And, like, I don't know. I don't care that, like, sure, I'd be getting a bunch of free Slayer and health experience, I guess, but
I feel like they've noticed that they're like, yeah, I get it as a drop, and the only thing I get from it is like, oh, that's funny. It's because it's so rare and so useless.
Yeah. Okay, at least times its stats by 10. Make it like so I don't just AFK, go in with just my AGS or like fire strikes and walk out afterwards.
Yeah.
Make them fun. Anyways, we'll move on. Should the herb seeds appear on top of the other less useful seeds?
Sounds good to me.
Should Dagganoth bones appear on top of hides?
Sounds good to me.
Should the number of malignum, don't know why I could say that for a second. Should the number of malignum root planks required to build storage units within Xerix be reduced? The smalls would require 2, medium 4, large 6. Yeah, it's kind of a bitch. It's an awkward number to get the large ones done. Or the mediums. Just 'cause you have to like drop food and shit, and like usually it's like you gotta like juggle some items around. Plus, while you're killing them, you want to collect the like farming supplies, like the
Do you know what they currently are? To make a large?
like 8, 6, and 4 or something,
Oh, okay.
something like that. Yeah,
I don't really have anything to add for that one because I'm not too sure.
yeah. It's just like it is kind of awkward numbers. I guess so, because I mean, it doesn't really matter too much because like if you're new to doing raid, I guess this is more. This would be more important for people who can like really do raids well, like good raiders, not like little trash boys like me. Usually by the time I get the 8 planks, I should have enough supplies to make enough potions for the rest of the raid. I know some people can just do raids in one inventory, like they just start and they just go from start to finish without having to stop. Like they're that good at them. I guess, for those people, why not? I guess it saves them a little bit of time. I don't really care too much. I'm not too invested in that change, though. The next one is, should the name of the player who receives a drop from any boss within Chamber of Xerix be broadcasted to the current raid party?
That sounds fun. I don't see a problem with that. Besides, like, fucking, if you're trying to scam them for like a twisted bow or something, and you guys agreed on splitting whatever drops come.
Yeah, I think their biggest thing is, well, one, if you're gonna scam, you're gonna scam. The only issues I can see is if you're in a free for all, you're gonna have people trying to ask you. Like if you're in a free for all and you get a twisted bow, I guarantee you those people are gonna try and add you and ask you for some money. That's just how it is. Bro, you got 1 bill, just hook me up with like 30 mil, dude. It's not a big deal. Just 30 mil. Yeah. Well, when forming a party for Chambers of Xeric, in addition to current information shown in the interface, should it also display the player's current Chamber of Xeric's kill count?
Seems like a good idea to me.
It is pretty good, especially for free-for-alls if you're looking for experienced players, but like I said, it might make it a little more difficult for new players to get into raiding free-for-alls, because, you only have 5 kill count, dude. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Should a Bronze Axe spawn be added to the Ice Demon in Chambers of Xeric? I do think so. Because if you forget your axe, sometimes you have to run really far to go kill the fucking little dudes to get an axe. I think that's pretty nice. It makes it more consistent. But generally you will bring a dragon axe. You should at least bring a dragon axe when you're doing raids, because of if you get a Mutadial room, you want a dragon axe. But yeah. Should the number of rune dragons assigned to Slayer tasks be increased from 15 to 25 to 30 to 60 when the rune extension perk is unlocked?
Sounds good to me, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, I have never done them, so I don't really know. Should we add experience drop indicators for those with 200 mil XP in stats? This will not provide any further experience, but will allow players to see how much experience they would have gained if they were able to receive more. It doesn't, nope.
Absolutely not. Seriously, that's where I draw the line.
If you're PKing post 200 mil in experience, that you're wasting your time. Get out of my server, buddy.
Not my RuneScape.
Yeah. I'm only gonna say yes if you can add this experience to other things.
What do you mean?
You get a lamp that just collects your overflow of experience.
So like you can get the rune crafting up finally from level 1 after you have not 200 mil experience and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Make cooking the fastest experience per hour for rune crafting.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great idea.
What I want in my game.
You should submit that as a suggestion, as a scroll that allows you to do that. That will be dropped from Revenants.
Yeah, it'll be a toggleable option.
Yep.
I can't think of any other memes, but yeah. Where there is an existing item retrieval service that requires payment, such as Torfin, should it be possible for the money to be taken directly from your bank if you don't have an inventory? Yes.
I want to say no, because you know how many times, and it's kind of hilarious, that I've ran to fucking Torfin and I gotta go all the way back because I forgot 100k, grab all my shit, go all the way back to the bank to fucking get a full load of food again, go all the way back to Torfin to fight the boss. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a pain in the
It is a
ass,
pain
and
in the
I
ass.
don't know why you can destroy your items, but you can't automatically bank them,
Yeah.
which is stupid because generally if you die, you're gonna have to run there, collect your shit, and just teleport back, rebank, and like, I don't know why they'd add a destroy button instead of a bank button, but maybe that'll be like the next quality of life update next year. They'll change that around.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Should leave be willing to upgrade your uncharged Trident of the Season Swamp, giving you a new upgraded version that can hold 20k charges in total. She would charge 10 tentacles for this service, and the upgraded version would be tradable when uncharged.
If I'm going to be honest,
That is
here,
quite the sink, eh?
yeah. If I'm going to be honest, it seems like, it seems like Jagex got memed into this suggestion.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever. From what I've heard, though, there were people who were looking to merch these. They had them saved up.
Yep. A lot of people had them merched.
So
I was talking to one dude who had like 80 bought. He bought 80 when I was talking to him around like September-ish. I don't know why. He's just like, yeah, you should buy some with me. I was like, no. What am I, an idiot?
Dude,
clearly I am, because I didn't buy a bunch.
dude, man, it's to the moon. I tell you, it's just only gonna go up.
Well, like, a lot of people saw that, like, tentacles, they did need which is ironic, because we needed a whip sync, so we came out with tentacles, and then the tentacles needed a sync.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna need a Trident sync soon. Okay, I honestly don't really like this, I'm gonna be honest. Because
it reminds me of when the Revenants were dropping 100 dragon legs.
yeah, that, but I also feel like, wasn't the trade-off of these Tridents that you had to micromanage charging them?
Yeah.
You had to, like, make sure you kept them charged and shit. Now it's like, well, buy a bond, charge them up, and you're good for, like, a month.
Do you know how much 20k charges is?
You can't even buy them all if they grant exchange at once, I don't think.
Not the fire runes, at
20k
least.
charges.
It's
No, definitely not the fire runes.
That's 100,000 fire runes.
Yep. Which, what are they, like 5 GP each?
Something like
4
that, yeah.
GP each? Yeah, it's quite a bit of money to fully charge it.
I know. So here's the devil's advocate for this one. The blowpipe can hold like what 16,000 shots.
Yeah, something like that, something ridiculous.
So it's a high number too. But my argument against that one is that the blowpipe's a lot faster.
Busted.
Yeah, it's also busted, but the Trident is slower.
Yep.
So you technically get more shots out of a Trident than you do a blowpipe. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep. You get more time used out of it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I guess kind of whatever, but
Here's my theory. When this passes, because it's going to pass, I don't even have to look at the polls, and I know it's going to pass, though. Or I just knew. You're going to watch Berserker rings, Warrior rings go down in price even more.
why? Oh, because
People are going to camp. Yeah, when I was camping them, I camped like 300 or 400 kills, and I would stop because I ran out of shots.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. Yeah, I find myself having to.
And but there's a lot of little instances like that where you like well, not really lava dragons. That's a very, very bad example.
Any boss, you got to kill it. The
Scorpia?
amount of times I go to Kraken, and I'm running out of shots trying to kill it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bank again. And I lose my fucking spot.
I mean, with Kraken, for me, I charge it in between every task because I just like having it fully charged.
Fair enough.
Before every trip, I mean, because I'm weird like that. But a lot of it, like there are some places where you can kind of camp indefinitely with a Trident. Barrel prices might even go down a bit. I would not be surprised. Not as much as I do think. Like people will camp.
Sorry.
I do think where like if you can use this, like things will probably tend to go down because people will be buying this new upgraded version, which makes it more efficient to do these as well. And they're going to do it just because they can. How much are tentacle whips? Like a 400k?
Tentacle whips or the tentacle?
Or tentacles, sorry, just the tentacles. 400k each?
They're 400k each now. They used to be about 100k.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back and look at this. So before this was put on the poll, they were going for about 100k each. Poll happens, they go from 110k straight up to 475k.
Yeah.
So whoever the fuck wanted to merch these just quadrupled their profits.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
rich get richer, shake my head.
Yeah. It does seem a little weird. But I mean, I guess kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I do expect Zerker rings to go down even more and Warrior rings to go down even more, and people go, why are they so cheap? They're 50k. Jagex, we need a Berserker Warrior. Let's put them together. Okay, we need 6 tentacles and 2 whips and a trident, and then you put them with the 2 rings, and now you can go invisible like Lord of the Rings. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's just you. Dude, have you typed that suggestion on Reddit yet?
Yeah, I'm just changing all the text to yellow.
Oh, nice. Saving it for tomorrow morning?
Give me a second. Yeah. Whatever. It's probably not that big of a deal. I'm probably just being a little dramatic about it, but whatever. Next question. Should the entrance to the Grotesque Guardians be altered to be more fitting to the environment? I kind of thought it was good enough as is, but I guess... It was
okay, but they look kind of silly, sort of.
Is it the fact that it's a portal or something?
I think it's a portal and it like teleports you to the roof. I imagine it would turn to be more of a staircase now. Like, you walk on... I don't know.
So here's my question. Why the hell do rocks still fall from the sky when you're fighting that boss?
Maybe it's kind of like a gazebo roof made out of rock.
See, I was just thinking that RuneScape is entirely underground because of this.
Oh, that's right. We talked about this before.
Yeah, everything's black and rocks fall from the sky.
Right. That is very interesting.
Yeah. Maybe Gilnor is in like a terrarium.
Dude.
And someone's kind of like manipulating everything.
What if we're in like Zezma's bedroom?
Yeah. What if we are Zezma? We don't even know it. You just play on his account in your sleep.
Dude, I haven't seen him on in a while.
Yeah.
That could explain it.
Yeah. He's never on when I'm on.
Nope.
Anyways. Yeah, should a kill timer be added to Grotesque Guardians? Only future kills will be tracked if this passes?
Sure.
I don't know why there isn't already, but yeah, I want to see myself kill him in 5 minutes. I love that. It feels great. Should the Tokul and Numulite drops be automatically added to your inventory whilst wearing the Ring of Wealth as coins currently do? Yeah, I don't know why they don't, but...
Because nobody uses Ring of Wealth to complain about it.
Yeah, that's true. I used to way back in the day because I thought it would give me a better chance. I used to grind Tazars trying to get the Dragon Spear.
What?
Because I heard through the grapevine that they had the best chance to drop Dragon Spears. So I grinded them for like a month straight. Didn't get anything, not even an obby piece. I got nothing from them. Every day after school, I would sit there and farcast fucking Tazar bitches. It was awful.
I used to fucking kill Fire Giants and Dust Devils. The Fire Giants for the Dragon Medium Helmet and Dust Devils for the Dragon Chain.
Yeah, the old days. Should a counter be added when burning chewed bones on a pyre ship? This will only track new bones burnt.
Honestly, I have no fucking clue.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
So you can get these bones from killing. I believe you can get them. So when you're in the ancient caverns, which is where the mythical dragons are, up by the barbarian outpost area where the barbarian training is, you can go in there, kill the mythical dragons, and there's a chance of dropping these like mangled bones or something like that, or chewed bones. Or you can search skeletons to get them, and you bring those bones. You build a pyre with some logs. You put the bones in this little boat thingy. Set the whole thing on fire. You get some experience for doing that. It's actually not decent experience per hour, but decent experience per experience drop, I guess. I don't know if there's a chance or if they do every single time, but there's a spirit that spawns, and you can kill the spirit. One of the types of bones, the ones that come from the mythical dragons, has like a 1 in 250 chance of dropping a dragon full helmet.
Okay.
So it's like a little added loot table if you're going for that Dragon full helmet. 'Cause I think it's worth a pretty penny.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. Whether now for tracker, I would like to know why someone's suggesting this, as in like maybe it's just cool to have it, or maybe it'll actually help you do something. Maybe they want to see like, oh, I should have got the fucking Dragon full helmet by now. Then again, I might be getting the bones mixed up because I know there's 2 different types. This one's only talking about chewed bones. So I don't know.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: if if adding this makes it so I don't get more bank space, then keep it out of my game. Give me some more goddamn bank space. I know they can't do it, but
fucking give us more pins to put on stuff so we can get like 8 more slots.
yeah, just take out like Zalra and Vorkath holding your items. Just delete the items so I can get like 5 more bank slots.
I don't mean to go on a tangent, but I fucking totally feel you there. As I'm getting higher level and I'm getting these like new items and shit, I gotta keep just getting rid of shit in my bank that I'm like, I kind of want to keep.
Yeah, my melee tab is like pretty hefty now of shit that I just can't get rid of.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but it's like half my bank super fucking organized and nice, and the other half is like gear that I really need. Anyways.
Yeah, and like sure, it's a full set of iron and you're level 120, but like if you ever want to start splashing,
yeah,
you want to blend right in with that stuff. So you got to kind of.
But you also have that full set of black because, like, you know,
black armor.
If you want to splash in style.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got the white armor, so you can kind of counter it.
Follow around Emily is Pro and other female streamers and protect them from all the evil men.
Yeah, exactly. And then
that's what I do.
Mithril when you want to cosplay as Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Adamant when you're cosplaying as a dragon.
Yeah. And then you got Rune because we're playing RuneScape. So, gotta pay respect.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we'll continue though. Because this question, I got some gross things to say. Should the Crystal Halberd deal full damage against Corp Beast? Currently, all other Halberds deal full damage. Nope. Nope.
Almost feel like other Halberds shouldn't deal full damage. Is Agreed. That done on purpose?
I think it's part of the lore where spears and halberds deal full damage. Everything else does half damage. Minus the Ruby E-Bolt spec, because it's a spec that just does percentage of their max health. And even if it did half damage, it would still do 100 for the first quite like little bit. I don't think I don't even want to know if this is passing because it's going to piss me off because it's probably yes. So if this does pass, it changes the meta for Iron Men on how they kill Corp Beast. We've talked about it, how you sit there for 20 minutes specking it with every type of weapon. You spec it with the Dragon Warhammer 4 times or something, to a BGS, to a Arclight, and then you just go in and actually kill it.
Yep.
But now you would lower its defenses to pretty much 0, and then go in and halberd spec it until you hit good numbers, and then you finish it off.
Now, is the Crystal Halberd really that much better than a Dragon Halberd?
Dude, it hits hard.
I know it hits pretty hard, but is it that much more? And also, are the specs the exact same? Because the Crystal Halberd gives you less accuracy while doing more damage.
A lot more damage, though.
Yeah. Now, does the Dragon Halberd give you less accuracy?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I've never really used the Halberd spec.
I will find out for you.
I know I have hit well into the hundreds with the Crystal Halberd spec, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is very strong. I'm pretty happy I got it. I bring it almost anywhere. I don't need anywhere that the monster takes up 2 tiles, and I don't need my my Saradomin God Sword.
Yeah.
And even which case, I'm trying to decide, do I want to deal more damage, or do I want to be able to sustain myself longer in there?
Yeah. It's nasty strong. So the main issue is corporeal free-for-alls. Right now, there's already, every time I go, people go and crash all the time.
Okay.
And so if you're joining a free-for-all CC or something, you're gonna go free-for-all, it's like, you're not allowed to bring Melee Void. You're not, like, you're not, like, they don't, at least the ones I go to, or the one I usually show up for, is you're not allowed to bring Void, and you're not allowed to bring, Ruby Bolt's E. Because what happens is people come in and they cheese the fuck out of it. You have Void, you'll see some guy coming with full Melee Void and like Declaw spec, or not Declaw spec, sorry, Ruby Bolt's E spec. I don't know why I said Declaw. But like, you'll come in with full void or some shit. You'll take it melee void. You can just get stupid hits. You get stupid fucking hits with it. Like, cause you get more max damage, right?
Yeah.
You're not as accurate, but because there's 20, 30 people there, you probably get 1 or 2 hits in general. And, the whole thing is to kind of keep it more even. So like, generally you'll see people wearing like the Penance Fighter helmet and like set gear, right? Full bandos and shit like that. Like, things that aren't like cheesy, I guess, just expensive.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, yeah, if there's 30 people and you're getting 2 hits in, you don't want someone to be stealing it with 1 lucky spec because you hit 100. Like, that's probably going to be yours. If you're in like, your first hit's 100. Like, and same thing with anyways, what would happen is people would just come with the full melee void and they just spec them with the Crystal Halberd and steal the kill. Or if they miss, they tell you out and redo it again. You don't even need to be in full void though. You could just come in and just spec tally over and over and over again.
True.
I think it's really stupid if they were to change it.
Yeah. I will add, though, that both the Dragon Halley and Crystal Halberd have the exact same special. So it's 10% damage with a 25 reduced damage. 25 or 30. I just closed it, so.
The max hits are probably different, though. You're not going to be hitting the
course.
same. Like, Crystal Halberd's going to be much better.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't see people specking with the Dragon Halley at these. But I don't know. I think it's...
I watched some live streams, and I was watching, and they'll have a Dragon Halberd on them.
Yeah. Are they like Iron Men doing them?
No, they're like with a group.
Oh, really? Are they like with friends or in free-for-all?
Friends.
Because free-for-all is very different. Obviously, because it's you and 30 random people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with... when you're doing with a small group of friends, it's pretty different. It's more fun, I would say. Anyways, we'll continue though. Should a new right-click option be added to the dwarf multi-cannon to empty cannonballs?
Sure.
I'm gonna say yes, just because it makes obby maulers way more convenient.
Yeah.
I can just empty it whenever. I do. There are a lot of times where I want to empty out my cannon before I go do something. I have to go pick it up and drop it again. In order to improve the chompy bird hunting experience, should a left-click option be added to swamp gas bubbles, allowing the players to begin filling ogre bellows? Should there be one in their inventory?
I mean, that's kind of a pain in the ass to do.
It is such a pain in the ass. They really should add this. Me getting westerns done and then doing it on my western hard and easies. Easy done on my mauler. It is such a pain in the ass. Because
especially because you click your bellows, you click on the bubbles, and you like click in the middle of them, and it doesn't register your click. It's like a dead spot.
And if you're doing it efficiently, you bring like 24 or 25 bellows with you. And so you have to do it quite a bit. But yeah. So in order to improve the chompy bird hunting experience, should a left click option be added to swamp toads, allowing players to fill them up with gas? Yeah, same thing. It's fucking annoying as hell. I don't want anyone to have to go through what I had to go through. It's awful. Should it be possible to combine a Saradomin's Light and the Staff of the Dead to create the Staff of Light? This would be visually different but identical stats, and the same effects of the Staff of the Dead would be added to the Saradomin item. It would not be able to auto-cast Flames of Zamorak, probably Saradomin Strike. I think sure, because Saradomin's Light literally does nothing. OS Buddy does Saradomin's Light for you, which makes it lighter in Zamorak boss's little area.
I mean, okay, fair enough. That's a good argument. When I saw this, I was like, I felt the same way as the Kraken tentacles being used on the Trident. It just seemed like silly. Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal either way, but to me, it just seemed like kind of a.
I mean, it is annoying as fuck to do Sarah, and you get the light, and it's like 100k, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's my 4th one."
Yeah,
this
fair enough.
Sucks. I mean, I used one because I said fuck it, and I just used it. I'm never gonna fight Zamorak on my guy, but I just use
I mean,
it 'cause
that's
don't
fair.
care. I do think they should add this stuff because it like the light literally makes no difference. Oh no, it's a bit darker in the God Wars room, but like OS Buddy does it for you. You know, it's useless as hell. Anyways, we'll move on to the next one though. Which is related. If the satellite is added to the game, should it be able to autocast Saradomin Strike? I think obviously it's a given. Like for consistency, I don't know why this is pulled separately. This should be pulled all in one because people are like, this game isn't consistent. Like this is for consistency, but so if the first one passes, then this one should as well. Should we add a right click option to the occult altar for changing spellbooks? Sure.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that seems all right. That one seems a bit lazy. Like,
yeah,
how often are you switching your spell books that you need to lessen the one click? Make instead of 2 clicks.
I am quite a bit. If I'm playing a lot in a day, I'll swap like at least once.
Yeah, that's one time in the day. Doing one extra click once a day is not that big of a deal, but it's not like you're doing it 4 or 5 times in a row. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends what you're doing, right? Because, like...
I hop around all the time because I bring Arceus when I do most of my herb runs.
You don't bring Lunars for the fertilize?
No, because I bring the Arceus because I've been doing Snapdragons. So Arceus has the, what's it called? Resurrect crop spell, which allows you to... gives you not a small chance, but a decent chance that if your crops die, you can revive it. So with Snapdragons, you're spending, 45k on a seed?
Yeah.
So it gives you a chance of bringing it back. So I use that. But this is how I usually do it. For my tree seeds, I'll plop over to the Lunars, check to see if all my trees are done, especially my Mahogany and Calquat. And then I'll switch back to the Arceus so I can use the same thing on maple trees, because that shit's 45k also. Fucking not made of money over here. So I bring that. Then I just buy all my... And then I guess all the money that I would have spent on... All the money that I'm saving from reviving these crops, I'm spending on the fertilizer.
Oh,
so
true.
There's that. I'm just saying it like... Yeah, it seems nice quality of life, but it seems like kind of how you said earlier, how lazy can you be?
Yeah, I mean...
But...
The difference is a right click to left click and hitting 1, 2, or 3.
And I was doing it on mobile, so you have to
Yeah.
click. Oh, I misclicked to Lunars. I gotta do it again, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But anyways.
Yeah, not the biggest thing of a deal. It's probably being voted yes, though, because PVM quality of life, always. Anyways, should the Soul Bearer have a left click option added, which puts all unsold heads from the inventory into it?
So I guess it kind of acts as like a bank for it?
I guess so. I don't know. Don't really know what the Soul Bearer is. Every time I did animate shit, I just use the spell. You know what I mean? I bring an inventory of shit and use the spell and then kill the shit. Maybe
it's to save from you having to run all the way to the bank to get more heads. You could just do a couple loads of them.
Maybe.
Load them into the Soul Bearer.
Maybe, I
guess.
guess.
You just stay there with your runes and take them out. Sure, but then again, this does benefit the Ultimate Iron Man.
Yep, that is actually really true too. And you know what I said? Fuck them. So we're voting no on that.
It's irrelevant to me, so...
Only if it destroys one random thing in your inventory.
Randomly.
Yeah.
Brings your one of your random skills down 1 level.
Or brings your defense up by 1 level, from 1 to 2.
Only if it's 1.
Yeah. Or if it's 45, brings it up to 46. Should the pet Dark Core drop from the Corporeal Beast have a transmog option added, allowing you to turn it into a miniature version of the Corporeal Beast?
Sure.
See, I'm going to say no because this has potential to add something extra to the drop table of this monster for or something else, like something that you could add to the pet. Like this could, you know what I mean? This could open up something really cool for technically the hardest pet, second hardest pet in the game to get.
So you want there to be 2 pets from the Corp Beast?
No, an item you could use on the pet to change it, to give a transmog option at least. Instead of just adding it, why wouldn't they add content in the future? Okay, what if the new raid that comes out, what if they had because it's a vampire shit, what if it's corporeal blood or something, right? And you would use that, like a jar of blood, you know what I mean? Something that you could just use on the Dark Core that would turn it into a corporeal beast.
Yeah, but I think it has to do with like, look at the Calphite Queen. That one can morph. Zulrah can morph. The
Yeah, but those
grotesque
all,
gargoyles can morph.
but like those are because the bosses themselves morph. Except for the grotesque,
Yeah.
you're fighting two of them, but the Calphite directly morphs. The Zulrah directly morphs.
Yeah, but then the Court Beast, you're fighting. It's similar to the grotesque guardians, where there's two.
Well,
of them.
not really. You drop a cannon, or you have a friend stun it. It's like he summons this
but
thing that
it's still
jumps
there.
around and does damage, right? It's like a mechanic. It would be similar to like if from Cerberus, if you were to get a ghost as a pet, one of the spooky ghosts. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea. Why isn't that on here?
I don't know.
Suggest it.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's like it's a.
Yeah, I see what you're
just
saying,
think
but
they could open up some really, because like the pet isn't really a big deal in the boss fight. You just use your cannon to kill it, or to stun it or whatever. Like, I think like either Corp should drop himself, like drop a miniature version of himself, or like if it's the pet, which is I'm totally fine with this Dark Core. Like they could just add some neat content in the future. They're like directly related to like raise rewards. That's not like, you know, everyone just wants new best in slot items. Why can't you just add something fun like this? Yeah. That like you get it. You're like, fuck. You go and sell it. It's like 80K, whatever. That sucks. But like you could also be an Iron Man that already has like you could be Curtis MMORPG. Sorry. He has one of these pets because he's been grinding Corp for like a year now, pretty much. Trying to get the Ellie.
Damn.
Like, you know what I mean? It could be the next step, especially for those pet hunters too, right? It adds more interesting content. But this is probably being passed. I hope it's not. Because it just completely shuts out the idea of new content in the future.
I find that's a very small issue though. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not an issue,
Like,
it seems counterproductive.
yeah, I
could
guess,
easily
but at the same time, it's like that. You could say the same thing about the Saradomin's Light. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's an item that has no use.
Yeah, it's a pet too. That has no. You know what I mean? I get what you're trying to say. For me, it's not a big deal either way.
Well, like, I mean, if you had a pet, though, if you had the pet, you'd probably be thinking a bit different. You'd be like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird that, like, I could see 2 years down the road or a year down the road, black background, yellow text, suggestion for the Dark Pet Corp Beast suggestion, to have it drop from this boss or have this item drop from Corp Beast or add to this quest.
Yeah, but they'd have to be related somewhere, or else it would just seem like they didn't have anything else to put on the drop table. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like I'm saying though, I could see someone complaining about this in the future. Anyways, we'll move on though. Should it be changed so that the special attack from the Lizardman Shamans used will no longer happen in quick succession?
So yeah, the spawns. Those are the purple guys. They kind of show up. There's like 4 of them, I think, that spawn. 3 or 4. They follow you around for like 4 seconds and they blow up. And if you're in like a 3x3 square around them, they'll do a fair bit of damage, and that can chunk you quite a bit after a while.
Which I think they should keep, because if they happen in quick succession, like, you're not positioning properly. Like, that's how you die to them, right? Like,
yeah, if you're not paying attention, it usually goes like one will go boom, the next one's boom, like one tick after another at that point. And yeah, this I know for a fact would make the fight a lot easier, because whenever I die or I have to bank some out of food, it's because I'm fucking starting to like get lazy and half AFK it, and I keep getting caught in the spawns.
Mm-hmm.
So this would help me a lot. Surprised that one's on there. But then again, maybe we'll see the Dragon Warhammer drop down in price. I need to get one myself.
Yeah, me too. I need to go stake one again.
Nice.
Should it be changed? I don't think so. I think it's not quality of life. I know it's a minor update, but it's not. No, I think it's stupid.
That's a nerf to that boss.
Mm-hmm. Should it be changed to the knockback special attack that Callisto uses no longer happen in quick succession? I don't think that's like a game changing mechanic. It's more of an inconvenience when you're getting knocked back by him.
Yeah, especially it's always when PvPers are there and you're like getting just fucking, teed off on by the fucking.
Yeah, it doesn't do that much damage though. At least I don't think so.
Annoying.
Most I've seen it hit me is like 8. It's just just annoying. And then the next one is, should it be changed so that the teleport special attack Chaos Elemental uses no longer happen in quick succession? I think yes, because
that one's a pain in the ass.
I find it when I'm running past it aggroes onto me from Africa. It just sees me halfway across the wilderness and beelines for me, and then it just starts teleporting me over, and I can't get out of its range because it teleports me like in front of it or some shit, and I'm trying to run away. I think
it's just annoying.
Yeah, I think that really should be changed.
It caused me to, instead of using the blowpipe, which is everybody's favorite weapon in this game, and you use it against every single monster you can. It caused me not to use that and to use the crystal bow instead because of the ranged, which is it's disgusting. Nobody should ever have to use any other thing except for the blowpipe.
Yep.
But since I keep getting teleported away, I bring out something that has a little bit long range.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think they should nerf it and bring back that blowpipe, baby.
Yeah. Should it be changed so that the teleport special? Oh wait, I just read that. Sorry. Should the cooldown of Vedian's magic attack be increased from 10 seconds to 15 seconds?
I've never done Vedian.
I have like 30 kills on Vedian, and I've safe spotted every single one of them.
So this doesn't matter to you?
So it should be 1 for all I care, because I don't. It doesn't affect me. Like it could
you bypass the content.
Yeah, I mean, no one kills Vadian straight up. What you do is you safe spot it south of the Chaos Dwarf mines while a team logs in on the in the little trees right next to you, and then they kill you, and you're wearing full monk's robes, and so you have no defense, and you die.
Give them your bones.
Yeah, I mean, I killed an Iron Man like 4 times in one day, who's the same Iron Man.
You're the guy spawning in on the trees.
I killed the same Iron Man 4 times in one day doing that boss, and every single time, all I got were monk robes and like tuna potatoes.
Man, what a twist to that story.
Yeah, I was the person I was actually complaining about. See, guys?
Yeah,
I am considerate. I can look at myself and see the negatives sometimes. Anyways, that's it for the quality of life.
So I will mention right there, for that Vedian nerf, from what I've read, that's a huge change to Vedian. Like, make it a lot easier.
50% nerf or buff, depending how you look at it. Like, it's literally adding half of its cooldown to it. You know what I mean? That's a big change, percentage-wise.
Yeah. So I've seen people being like, that's a little excessive.
Yeah, but especially for a boss you're just going to save spot. It's kind of weird.
Guess. So, I will say, because you predicted it very well, every single one of these are going to pass in the polls. I checked, and they're all getting yesed right through.
Well, community, don't you ever change. I want to hear you guys bitch about this in a month from now.
Oh, sorry. I was a little confused because when I originally read this, they had some other questions that were on here that kind of created a big stink.
They took them out though, right?
Yeah, they did remove them, and I was wondering why these weren't there, because I was like, we should talk about this. And I was like, wait a minute, how come these weren't on there? So I'll just quickly explain the ones they took out. One of them was they want to increase the attack range of the Dragon Hunter crossbow to be as good as the armor crossbow.
Yep.
Right now, armor crossbow is like 1 tile farther back than the Dragon Hunter. And they want to buff it again. People were like, this is an unnecessary buff to this weapon that you just buffed. Are you trying to fucking put the armor crossbow out of business or something?
Yeah.
So there's that one. The second one, which is a pretty big deal, was they wanted to add a grayed out special attack bar for every single weapon, no matter what you were using. The grayed special attack bar wouldn't be clickable, but it would be there. So if the weapon didn't have a special attack, it would still kind of have that area there. A lot of people complained because they said in PvP, one of the problems is if you switch from, let's say, I'm trying to think right now, a weapon that doesn't have a spec, you switch to a granite mold to spam click it and try to kill them, you have to wait 1 tick before the spec bar comes up.
Yep.
So if this was there, you could instantly swap to it, and it would make it a lot easier to do it. So a lot of people complained, saying this was going to be too much for
So you want to hear
for,
something
PvP.
funny?
Yes.
You can kind of do that right now.
Yeah, I was reading about that, but that it does take a little bit more skill, and this would just make it so that
it's very hard to do
plebs were
consistently.
able to do it.
It does take a lot of skill cap in PvP. Because you can do that right now. You can technically use your spec. You can one tick like specs pretty. I don't want to say easily, but you can do it if you practice enough. I can't do it consistently, but like if you have like Granite Sword, or I can't think of like Elder Maul, 2G Maul. I don't think Elder Maul is a spec. I have no idea though. I've never used one.
No, it doesn't.
Obby Maul was another one. I don't know. Whatever the hell weapon you're using. You can still do it, and there's like a YouTuber named like Framed or something, I think, who has a video on it. And I think a Zerker as well. But it would make it super consistent and easy for everyone. Also, it would look ugly as shit. I'm happy it's not going to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was always exciting to get all these newbies coming into old school RuneScape on mobile. When they first get their DDS or Dragon Longsword, they're going to be like, what?
And,
this fucking specials? What?
And how annoying would it be in free to play? How do I spec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Want to buy selling spec weapon. This weapon can use a spec 6 mil, and it's like a uses burnt lobster on this iron scimitar.
Oh god.
It'll
Yeah, adding recharging specs. It's gonna be the new trim your armor scam.
Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna use your gold and turn into platinum tokens. Now give those to me. Don't worry, not a scam.
Use a bond on me. You need to use a bond on me.
I'm gonna get 3 bonds. Come out to the wilderness. Use one on me as I use my quote unquote spec weapon on you.
I'll transfer it to you, and you're dead.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, we'll continue on for the next part of the news.
Yeah, we really killed those quality of life. So, guys, you can expect an in-depth analysis every single week for the next couple weeks now.
We say in-depth, but it's me going, oh, this is shit. Is it passing? Yeah, it's passing. For fuck's sakes.
Again, a lot of them aren't that big of a deal. Some of them, to me, when I'll read them, I'm like, is this really a problem?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for legacy old school RS servers to come out.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's
That's gonna be in the next quality of life poll.
Yeah. Anyways, next thing you know, they're gonna start polling who should get raises and stuff at Jagex.
Could you imagine?
Jesus Christ, Mod Ash again? Holy fuck! Mod Mad K taking another pay decrease, eh? And he's demoted.
Everyone else is taking hits. Oh geez, that's good for team morale.
Yeah. Hey man, it promotes the members to be more memey within the community, to be
oh jeez,
and have flexible arms. Anyways, if you've been keeping up with the recent news post, you'll notice that we said in the Wilderness Rejuvenation rework that they'd be releasing along with the update. They had to like hustle for the mobile release, so they had to delay it until this week. They said that, they'll strive to deliver on their promises, but, they've been working hard. We were talking about when the polls, will close on the 5th of February, and they'll open, and they'll be part of the game on the 8th. Anyway, so week 2 will be skilling, 3 will be PvP, and 4 will be minigames and other. So shit they forgot to do, pretty much, in week 4.
Okay, so skilling... All right. PvP. I'm sorry. I'm gonna laugh if they all fail. Across the board, they all just get no's.
Well, there's
no reason for that to happen unless you get some ridiculous shit. But
yeah,
I'm just saying the whole meme of PVM versus PvP.
Popular opinion: Jagex has no idea what PvP means to people, and they don't know how to fix it or balance it. They don't understand the difference between the vocal minority and the majority. They don't understand the thought process, the differences of what each of them want. Shit, at one point people wanted loot never drops again in PvP if you spend a bunch of money. You'll never drop loot if you get the loot keys. We almost had this almost passed where if you killed someone, their loot wouldn't drop. You would just get it in the form of a bank key.
Right. And even that one wasn't, it had its pros and cons, but I mean, it would have taken a lot away from the wilderness. Like, again, on the weekend, I don't know why we're talking about this right now, but we're going to, but on the weekend, I had to go do a clue scroll in the wilderness, and I walked by and I saw a stack of food, and like somebody got killed, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta tread carefully.
Yep.
And also I went and looted a bunch of the black D-hide because now I got some armor.
Yep.
It's kind of cool.
Maybe his spade. Now you got 2, you can dual wield some spades, but like,
it was sick. Instantly banked him.
But I don't know. I'll just say this quickly and we can like move on if you want to like the update and whatnot. Like that almost passed. Like in most games and most people, if they're saying let's go with the majority of votes, that like would have passed.
Yeah.
And like that is such a gross thing to think. Like even if like I don't know. They just don't really know what they're doing when it comes to PvP updates. And the community is like very selfish when it comes to, they don't want it to be better. They want it to be like better for them, not the community. Anyways,
they just want something. At this point, people are so desperate for PvP updates, they'll take anything.
Yeah.
Even if it's like not good for PvP.
Well, we got Rev Caves, worst thing to happen to the wilderness, and
could be worse, but yeah.
Yeah, we could have like a private server room that drops like noted armor pieces, maybe in like stacks of 100. That's like, it's really rare though. Maybe some like emblems that are like really weirdly colored and you can kind of or like borrowed or reused assets that are just colored white and like a weird greenish color. Yeah,
and they cast some PvP spells on you.
Yeah.
That,
anyways, we'll talk about the update. So, leather shields. Yeah, I don't know if people have actually used them yet, but
yeah. Go leather shields.
They're not top tier. They are affordable to fill an equipment gap for mid-level players.
Cool.
So crafting the shield offers the same amount of crafting experience equivalent per equivalent hide used in all other methods. So crafting 1 black D-hide chaps is 2 leather, thread, and needle, and you get 172 experience. Crafting a black leather D-hide shield. Let's say chaps the first time.
I think so.
Yeah, chaps and shields, it's like the same thing, except with chaps you have to get 2 redwood logs and 15 rune nails, and this grants 172 crafting experience. You do lose money if you have these materials from scratch. You can sell the materials for more money than what these actually are. It just, it's an equipment filler.
The shields do take twice as long to craft. People worry that you'd be getting more XP per hour,
but yeah,
because of how fast you can make, or whether how fast you can make them, since you're using. Actually, I don't even know if that makes sense. But anyways, it takes double the time to make them compared to.
I do like this because we'll finish this and we'll talk about it. So, fletching the wooden base of the shield grants the same amount as fletching a full bow of the same level. So, a yew longbow unstrung is 1 log, 75 experience. Stringing it is 75 experience. Making the shield is 2 logs, and you get 150. No additional hour. It's still,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It takes double the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the other part.
So,
oh, yeah.
I do like this because it doesn't offer any overpowered methods. It doesn't offer overpowered money-making methods. It is just something there for mid-level players. If they want one, they can go get it. You're not forced to drop like a couple mil on a Book of Law or the Zamrock book.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a good alternative. Yeah, tournament worlds have been added.
Those are always fun to do. I was doing it on the weekend with some guys from our CC.
Yeah.
That was some great fun. Did some melee fights. I actually tried me and another guy from our CC. I know I just said that. Getting a little loopy apparently, but we did some tri-breeding. Holy fuck, is that hard? Like, oh god. Yeah. I go cross-eyed just trying to figure out what to look at.
I would suggest starting off with like Darok with a Whip Defender into like Mystic and Barrage.
Oh, we went like the full mile with fucking Ancestral, Arma, some melee armor, you know what I mean? Swapping around, and I'm switching her prayers and shit, and I'm constantly running out of prayer because I wasn't looking, and it's fun. I definitely want to get good at that.
So if you and a friend are tri-breeding, you want to piss them off as a joke, bring Zamrock flames,
Oh, because that lowers the magic.
and you lower their magic, and they go like, "What the fuck can I barrage you?" And you just want to be a dick. It's kind of fun
Why
to do
don't
that.
people do that in Tribrids?
Pardon?
Why don't people do that for Tribrid fights?
Because like freezing is very important. It stops them from being able to melee you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Snares.
Yeah, but then you're wasting like 3 more slots for a spell that you also have to cast that like you swap. Yeah, it's not good. Maybe now though,
block.
yeah. There goes half your inventory to like runes.
Yeah.
You get like AGS spec once and you just tele out and say out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I only had 1 brew. I'm out.
1 brew, 1 shark, 1 carabomb.
Yeah. You can get spec once and you definitely won't die, but can't really last in a fight. It's a glass cannon build, dude. You can also bring a magic cape and you can swap to like barrages and stuff, maybe some vengeances.
Yeah, so fuck all food and just bring a vengeance and shit.
Bring an alt account that can just heal you the whole time. He'll be your food. Anyways, in other news, when contacting Lantis with the contact NPC lunar spell, he now refers the gender of the player correctly.
Ooh, good. Progressive Jagex.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, did you see the riots happening in Falador?
You serious?
No, I'm just making that up.
I believed you too.
The Ring of Wealth 4 can no longer be used to build an ornate jewelry box. The fully charged 5 version has always been accepted, and now will be the only version accepted. This has been confusing because they're misleading. They have multiple tooltips saying different things. By the way, they might have fixed them though with this. I don't really know. They just say, this change has been avoided for confusing players. No shit, cause you say that. Anyways, Jagex, you fucked up. Anyways,
confused.
They had it so like, depending if you're looking at the construction, skill tab or looking at the pool, when you click it and go to build, or not the pool, the, box, it would show 2 different charges. You know what I mean? Like it would say you have to have different wells. I don't know. It was just, one was wrong, one was right, and I actually had to go look into it, which one was right, and it's whatever one you can buy off the GE. Doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Yeah, whatever. That is it for the updates.
Cool. That's some fun stuff there.
Alright, what do we got next, though?
What else we got to talk about? A few things here. So first things first, start off a little light. Have you seen... actually, you posted this, so you definitely saw them. I'll just bring it up for you. But we talked last week about the Saradomin Warrior and the Guthix Tree Ent. And so, yeah, you posted this in our little show notes section. The new Zamrock Demon looks badass. What do you think?
Yeah, he looks pretty cool. I do think that the Guthix one by far is the most badass.
Yeah, okay.
My only thing is that the Guthix one, it's like that Ent thingy that I was going on about like last week.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it because it's so like different, and like the artist, forget what his name is, probably Ghost, clearly went out of like I'm gonna try making something cool. You know what I mean? Instead of like Zamrock demon, okay, I'm gonna make a demon. Create demon.
I feel like the Zamrock one, you can't really. What else could you really do unless it was some like wizard thingy? But the demon looks fucking sick. It's
it does look
it's kind of
really
hard
cool
to talk about, but it's cool. It looks like an updated version of like, you remember when they updated lesser demons and greater demons to what they are now? It's like if you did that again.
It kind of reminds me of the Taurus demon in Dark Souls, I believe.
Okay.
I believe that's what his name is. Dark Souls 1. Am I right on this? Oh fuck yeah, I'm the best. Yeah, buddy. I believe it's called yeah. He kind of reminds me of the Tauros demons, with wings. No weapon though. Like this head though with the horns and shit.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
So hopefully anyone out there listening, you're Googling as we're talking.
Yeah.
To compare.
Yeah. He looks like this guy in this video game.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, really cool though. Definitely not better than the Gothics one.
On the topic of Dark Souls, have you seen the Raids 2 armor designs?
I have now, looking at the show notes.
They look fucking sick. So it's kind of hard to talk about, but it has this like Bloodborne look to it. Have you ever played Bloodborne? It's like Dark Souls, but it's in like I don't know, what timeline would you say this is? It is?
Well, the melee one is Renaissance-esque. I don't really know for the other two. Really cool though.
They look great. And it shows the melee one, which looks like a tank build. He's holding this like giant flail, which looks fucking nasty.
Yeah.
So I hope the stats that come along with these are tuned enough so they're not too overpowered, or they're willing to work with it. Because, man, straight up, these look really cool. I would love to see these armors in the game.
Yeah, so from what I remember, it said outside of the game, they'll be as good as Barrows. Outside of the raid, it'll be as good as Barrows. Inside, it'll be the best in slot. I'm kind of hoping they like change like the melee to like bandos and stuff, because I would love to wear that walking around.
It looks great.
Yeah.
And I did see someone mention, though, for the range set, it'd be cool to see almost like a Plague Doctor mask. Which, yeah, the Plague Doctor mask is like, it gives you a beak. You look like a kind of like a bird beak, and you probably recognized it. You probably know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we'll post this in the Wilderness podcast channel on Discord for you to see. So it's not just us talking about pictures that you guys have no fucking clue what we're talking about. But anyways,
up next,
check
we're
it out.
Describe a Van Gogh painting. It's part of our new segment.
Exactly. So I can't figure out why we got no downloads this week, but
I don't know. Talked about RimWorld. Talked about Van Gogh for like an hour. Like, we hit all the high points of our RuneScape-based podcast.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That's good. Okay, but anyways, yeah, check it out in that channel because they look fucking sick. That being said, lastly that I saw mentioned, and I believe you were the one who had talked about this at some point in the podcast. Maybe it was when you were getting into raids. But there's a little bit of drama going on within the RuneScape community. Sorry, I should say within a community that's inside the RuneScape community. So, yeah, there's a Discord server. There's like a little clan almost like called We Do Raids, where they help people along learning raids to do raids themselves. Unfortunately, the subreddit and the CC and the Discord, I believe, all got shut down this week by the main leader of it.
Yep.
Or at least the guy that started it. Are you familiar with this drama?
So I left the Discord on my own a while ago.
Any reason?
Well, mainly because one day I had only done like 2 raids at this point, but I was trying to look for someone to like help teach me, because you can get people to help teach you. And I was like, hey, anybody want to help teach me to do a raid? Like, we just do a duo or something. We don't have to finish it. Just like, maybe explain some bosses and shit. And I had one person say yeah, and then he wanted my loot. So I said no. And then no one ever responded, so I eventually left. But from what I was trying to find, because they were super secretive as to why. But the only thing I could find is that, like, why it shut down was, like, over a crying cat emote.
Yeah, so this is being able to pick through it, this is what I kind of came up with. I apologize if I'm messing up the story at all, but this is what my investigation came up with. So the leader of this channel, this group, or at least the guy who started it and owned it all, wasn't as big of a raid leader like within it itself. Like, he started and stuff like that, but he wasn't really participating in teaching people and stuff like that. And he just kind of owned it. And a bunch of the other people, let's say the High Council, the people who were training these new raiders and taking newbies along on raids and stuff like that, they kind of had different ideas for the group itself, and they wanted him to hand over a bunch of the ownership so that they could have more control of it. which kind of got the ball rolling. And then somewhere down the line, people started doing an emote of a crying cat to kind of mock him. And that caused him to get upset and delete everything.
Yep.
So he just got a big nuke. But they're bringing it up, getting it back up and running without this unknown leader of it. Well, not unknown, but I'm just not going to name him. And yeah, so things kind of starting to roll again.
Yeah. I mean, it's RuneScape. I guess kind of expect that. Somebody freaking out over not having all the power. People mock him. He freaks out and just burns everything down.
Yeah. Guess that's it for all the news. Yeah, so that's about it. I guess we'll quickly move on to the lore. So I mentioned last week we were going to start going through all the different races within RuneScape itself. Last week we talked about the humans, us, and this week I figured we would This week I figured we would move on to dwarves. So unfortunately there's not a whole lot of information on dwarves themselves, so this might be a little bit quicker than the other ones, but here is what we currently know, I suppose. So, description of the dwarves. The dwarves are a race characterized by their short stature and love mining and beer. Most of them live underground. The main dwarven city is Keldagrim, which was found and built in the Third Age. Keldagrim is run by several different mining companies. There's a total of 8 of them, which all work together to kind of rule Keldagrim. There is one mining company that stands out in particular, and this one is the Red Axe. It is one of the largest and arguably the most influential of the mining companies. The Red Axe Mining Company had done different experiments on dwarves, and in doing so, they created a new grouping of dwarves, which are found in the wilderness called the Chaos Dwarves. These dwarves are followers of Zamorak, and the reason they were made, I guess you would say, is the Red Axe's attempt in conquering all of Keldagrim. And there is also a more unknown but ancient clan of dwarves. These dwarves are called the Imkando dwarfs. They are believed to have once inhabited Ice Mountain, but after various barbarian invasions, they were scattered throughout Asgarnia. They are very well known for their masterful smithing skill, and to this date, most people have only encountered one of these types of dwarves. This dwarf is Thurgo. We all know Thurgo. You encounter him during the Knight's Sword. So some origins of the Imkando dwarves. They existed during the God Wars, and during that time, a Majorit, gone by the name of Zemorgals, had asked them for aid in creating the Shield of Arav, one of the most powerful artifacts. It is unknown if they actually created the shield, but many assume they did. And, I think that's basically it. So like I said, a lot of things that kind of point form, because there's different sections of this lore, but a lot of it seems unfinished, as most of this lore does, but anyways, there's your lore of the week. It's the dwarves. Next week, we'll be moving on to some of the other common races in RuneScape. Boom.
Jason.
All right. And with that being said, I think it's time we start wrapping up the show, but a few things we do need to talk about first. A listener of the show, someone in our CC, as well as Discord, decided they wanted to have a little giveaway for the community we kind of have going on right now. And I thought this was a pretty unique and a really cool giveaway that he's decided to do. In an upcoming Saturday, we will keep you updated and let you know which one in particular. But he'll be doing a giveaway in-game. But the winner, which the rules will kind of go into more details about, but the winner will be receiving an actual handmade IRL DDS. So it's very cool. If you're on our Discord, you probably have seen some pictures for it. The thing looks really good. So he made it himself from work and stuff out of he does some metal work and stuff like that, right? Kind of gives you a chance to actually to win it, and I think it'd be great to. It's a really cool thing to win, I think.
Don't sign up for the giveaway or whatever, because I'm going to try and win it.
Yeah.
Just make a bunch of fake
really
accounts.
Cool.
Submit a bunch of phony people, try and win it. Skew the odds.
Yeah. Shit.
You know, Deagin live with 18 different people.
Hey, it's Deagin.
Began, Segan, Aegan, Fegan, Jegan, Egan, like every letter. Anyways, yeah, he did like little updates while he was making it, and yeah, pretty cool.
But anyways, I thought it would be cool to kind of bring him on for this part of the show right here to kind of tell us about, I guess, the process in making it and stuff like that, and kind of maybe go into more details about the giveaway and stuff like that. You can hear it kind of firsthand, so here that is. Hey guys, I am joined right now with Bhooley. He's a friend of the show. You may recognize his name from the clan chat or the Discord channel. Yeah, we were telling you guys earlier about a giveaway that he is going to be having. It's a really cool idea. Thought I'd bring him on here and he could kind of tell us about it and maybe walk us through the process of making it, because I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear how maybe difficult it was. So, do you want to tell us quickly about yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Dilz. I really appreciate it. You know, I've been a fan of the show for a few months now. Love the show, great. Love the clan chat. Love all the guys on the Discord. But yeah, I was just playing some Scape one day with everyone, and then I was like, shit, I'm gonna do an awesome giveaway. Everyone's giving stuff away all the time, but I want to go above and beyond. So I was just like, I'm gonna see if anyone's made any real life DDSs. So I went online, saw one that was made out of a 3D printer, and then I just went to my job and just kind of got a bunch of scrap metal, welded it up, cut it, and then just went and got some paint and just started going to town on it, you know?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like when you were posting pictures for it, honestly, there's a market out there. If you were to start selling those, you can make a pretty penny from other scapers that just want to start hanging some of those dragon weapons on their wall. It looks pretty dope. And I'm kind of excited to see this giveaway happen. So, I guess just quickly, do you want to explain what your career is? What job you work in?
Yeah, currently right now I'm a crane technician. So I build new cranes and I go out and set them on the runways and I final wire them. So there's a fab shop that welds it, and then a guy comes in and paints it. And then once all that is complete, I come in, wire it up with a couple guys, throw the hoist on it, and make sure it runs. And then if there's any problems, I go out and fix them. And currently I'm out of town right now. I'm heading out to do a final install for 3 explosion-proof cranes. It's pretty cool. It's a really fun job, fun career, and I have all the tools to do, any kind of metal work at my shop, So I was just like, I'm going to try to see how this turns out, and I think someone would appreciate it. I always build stuff for my wife. She's always making me building furniture and stuff. So I thought I'd try some, my 99 thieving. In real life, I don't got it in Scape yet, but, I thought I'd put real life in perspective and try it out.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet. You got to work on that. Yeah, that IRL smithing level. That's pretty badass. I guess let's talk about this giveaway that you plan on having. Do you have a set date yet when you want to have it?
Yeah, I'm going to go for next Saturday. I should be home. I should have a free day. I'm thinking about 10 o'clock Mountain Time. That'll give me time to get everything settled at home, and then I'll be on. And I'll wait a little bit. I'll start gathering up everything at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. I think that believes 12 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
9 o'clock Eastern Time. But I will keep everyone in the loop just in case my boss wants to send me out again. But I'm hoping next Saturday, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And also, I'm going to be adding in that keychain as well, since I got to postpone on everyone.
That's right.
It's that little DDS keychain, you know. It's not sharp, so you can put it in your pocket. It won't cut you when you go to pull out your keys, or you can hang it wherever, you know. You can go spec out your wife or girlfriend with you on it. Excuse me. But, yeah, I'm planning on next Saturday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Cool. So February 17th. But we'll keep everyone updated with next week's episode if things tend to change. Do you want to give any teasers on what you plan on doing for this giveaway?
Yeah. Be prepared to click a shitload of balloons. I'm going to be loading up the chest in the party room and dropping a bunch of items. Some will be worth a lot, some will be worth a little. And the one item I decide at the end, after everyone picks everything, will be the deciding factor of who wins the DDS.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'm going to have to pitch in to add to this little drop party. So, yeah, definitely look forward to that. Again, February 17th is the planned time, but you'll also be able to check out on Twitter and Discord and Facebook for the information as we get closer to that date. And, yeah, I guess try to win yourself an IRL DDS. Fuck, I think it's going to be pretty nasty. Can't wait to see who wins that one.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. I plan on making other dragon weapons in the future. You know, I'm going to try a battle axe and maybe a dragon longsword. I was looking to the scimitar, but that one looks a little tricky with those curved edges, you know? But
yeah.
I'll give it a shot one day.
I'm waiting for that dragon chainmail to come out.
Right? Just some chainmails and spray paint it red, dude.
Oh, good stuff. All right, well, awesome. Thanks so much, Bhooley, thanks for having this, and thanks for coming on and being able to talk about it. That was great.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming me on. I'm always willing to come on and chat about whatever, whenever. So I'll see you around on Skype and Discord and everything. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So yeah, definitely keep your eyes and ears out for that. Like I said, we'll update you on our upcoming episodes. We'll also be posting on Twitter and Facebook about it, as well as if you're in our Discord, you'll definitely see it throughout some of the channels, especially in our events channel. That's where we post all of our little events going on in there. Anyways, we'll move it on. So in response to last week's episode, we got a message on Twitter kind of telling us about the volcano mine. So this is a user who actually gained a lot of mining levels through the volcanic mine. So Onus on Twitter says, volcano mine is good experience and pretty fun. Definitely worth doing, and it's a little AFK, but still interactive. I haven't tested it out after the nerf, but should still be around 90k experience per hour with a good team. So honestly, that kind of made me happy to hear, because 90k is decent, and as long as, I don't know what power mining is or 2-ticking granite is, 90k is not, that's pretty good. And like, yeah, I'm kind of relieved to hear that you could have another activity to do for mining that's interactive and not a pain in the ass to do. Now, I haven't done it myself, but...
Well, yeah, as far as I know, I think they just nerfed soloing it.
Yeah, okay.
They haven't been nerfing if you're in with, like, coordinated teams and whatnot. I think it's if you're soloing, it's less experience.
Yeah, for sure. So that's yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I guess we'll drop all our info on how you get in touch with us right about here. Our in-game clan chat, if you want to come hang out with us in game, it's a wild CC. Our Discord is posted both on Facebook and Twitter, but also you just let one of us know and we'll get a link out to you if you're having a problem finding it. Our Twitter is @TheWildernessRS. Our Facebook is facebook.com/TheWildernessPodcast. Our email is thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com. And I think we got them.
Yeah. You can follow me. Twitter is @DeaginRS and my Twitch is @DeaginRS.
Nice.
That is it.
Perfect. So, yeah, let's get out of here for episode 71. But before I go, luckily, since we record at a later date, we did get an email just today from a listener, from Colton. This is a fan of the show. Brennan's my day to hear you guys and do your thing and clown around. P.S. Please play Flute Salad for an outro. So, boom, we're going to drop that right here. Thank you very much for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye.